Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another What's Our Thing episode. And, you know, there may be a time where if you have like some sort of old hardware laying around and then you want to try upgrading it. For example, for me, I had old computers and I tried upgrading them, and sometimes the upgrades may not go the way you planned. For instance, my HP A250N, the socket was like a MPGA 478. I can only get a processor with that same socket, and the best I could get was a Pentium 4 3.2 gigahertz. And what I had on there right now is a 2.6 gigahertz. So it's not going to make that much of a difference. And plus, I think, charging a high price for old parts is crazy, believe it or not. I mean, a Pentium 4 processor, and then I've seen some that was being charged for like $900 or something. I'm like, what? No, this is not right. So it's best if you just get a new computer. Now, you still want to use your old case, and you want to put a new processor in there. The only thing I can think of that you can only do is put a new motherboard in there. That's the only thing I can think of. Put a new motherboard in there with a newer processor socket. So, for the 4th generation quad-core i7 is the LGA 1150. I would have to find a motherboard that fits inside that case, and then get the quad-core i7 processor, and then put into the motherboard with upgraded RAM, up to 16 gigabytes or 8 gigabytes, whatever. Newer hard drive, since it's gonna have SATA connections, it's IDE connections. Put a new graphics card in there, or a video card, whatever. So all of this work would have to be done on old hardware if you want to use it. And to me, it's not always worth it. It's best if you got to put new hardware in, you might as well just get a whole new complete set. So instead of using your old computer case, use a newer one. Use a bigger and a better one, or better looking, or with more cooling options on it. The HP, if I try to use that, I probably have like only one cooling option, which is the only case fan that's in there. Alright, and the fan that's on the power supply, that's supposed to like cool down the components. I believe that's just only to cool down the components that are inside your power supply. But chances are I might have to replace that too, because it may not provide enough power, and that might be outdated, and I can't use that in the motherboard that I put in there. But when you're trying to upgrade old hardware, sometimes it may work, sometimes it may not. It's always best you just don't upgrade the old hardware, and you just replace it. Alright, so if you have an old computer and you don't want to use it anymore, and you want to give it to somebody else who doesn't really have high usage for a computer and just needs it for basic stuff, go ahead and give that away, and then get yourself a new one, so you can work more efficiently on your tasks. Alright, so what do you guys think about upgrading old hardware? From what I've learned from putting new RAM into my HP, and upgrading the graphics card, and doing all this, to me, I think I wasted time. But at least I did learn how to like get into the computer and then figure out how most of the components work in there. Alright, heatsink fan, or heatsink, that's supposed to cool down your processor. You put thermal paste in there every time you're replacing your processor, or if you're taking the heatsink off of the processor. Change the hard drive, and put more RAM in there. Change the graphics card. Take the power supply out. Take the optical drive out. Unplug all the cables, whatever. I've done that so far, and I got a pretty good idea on how to work my way around, but I'm still learning. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.